Andrew Tate has had his Facebook and Instagram accounts removed, absolutely deleted. He can no longer use them. Good. That's good. That's a good thing. When a horrible person has their platform removed from them for doing horrible things, then yes, it's good when that platform is removed and they can't do that anymore. And of course, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you who Andrew Tate is, because I think, if you want to go and figure that out, then fine. Though I think vicariously through this video, you're probably going to learn who he is. And I think it's more important that someone with a negative opinion of the guy is the person who introduces you to him, because he is such a despicable cunt who doesn't deserve the air that he breathes and stealing it from plants and humans. But yes, he has had those accounts removed from him. And of course, looking on Twitter, it just took off a few years of my life with sheer and utter unbearable disappointment at the human race, reading what people had to say about this. There were a lot of comments talking about, oh God, here we go again, political correctness gone mad. Oh, people can't even exercise their right for free speech anymore. All he did was speak his mind, and now all of these damn libs have got him cancelled, and he's had his account banned. Andrew Tate didn't have his accounts banned because he expressed his free speech. He didn't have his account banned because he exercised his ability to say what he wants. Andrew Tate ran a fake university that conned people out of money. He also created a few videos where he talked about detailing exactly how to beat your spouse, your female spouse, if they step out of line, and yeah, a lot of other things along that level. He's a con artist and a brutal. Oh yeah, and also there was footage that was released recently, which is why it's happened so recently. Of him, beating a girlfriend of his. Well, abusing a girlfriend of his. There was audio clips of him detailing how he's going to hurt another girlfriend of his, and yeah, just generally stuff like that. It makes total sense that his account will be banned. Obviously, I'm surprised, that this, because obviously Facebook and Instagram are the same thing. I'm surprised his account on those lasts as long as they did. I really am genuinely shocked, but it makes sense that Facebook would delete this account, because obviously, if they're seen as the people giving a platform to someone who says things like this, regardless of how you feel about free speech and all that bollocks, if Facebook is seen as someone who's giving a platform to a guy who cons people and details how to beat people, then obviously that's going to be bad press, particularly with them releasing the metaverse at the moment. Obviously, they're not going to want the eyeballs on them to be, oh yeah, we're totally cool with bullies, by the way, that's totally great. Misogynistic, abusers and con artists, we're cool with that. Jump on our metaverse, with us too. Yeah, absolutely. It makes total sense that they want to nip that in the bud and make sure that guy is gone and not associated with the platform. No one wants to be the last platform that gives Andrew Tate a voice. Excuse me. So yeah. Twitter. So obviously there were a lot of these people, decrying the death of free speech. I hate this. I hate this argument. The internet seems to be the only place whereby people don't understand what discretion is and context is. So, a lot of people are saying that he just expressed his ability to say what he wants because of free speech. He can say whatever he wants, but that's not what it is. Free speech should be discretionary. It should be contextual, and it's all about context and what it means, the implication of what a person is saying when they say what they want to say. For example, if I said, let's say for example, I don't agree with the fact that utility companies in the UK are about to shoot up their prices, to skyrocket their prices while they're making record profits. And I think that's exactly the application of free speech, is the ability to be critical of things that can be oppressive to you. So if I said that, or if I said, for example, I don't think my government is doing enough to fight the cost of living crisis and that they should do more, I'm being critical, and I think that's very important. That is the correct implementation of free speech. However, and I really want to preface, I'm incredibly sorry for saying this, and I'm probably going to get the video taken down for saying this, but this is just an example. I don't think this, I really don't, but I can't give an example without being way too extreme. But if I said, did you know that 95% of all Christians are members of the KKK, so we need to hunt those guys down? If I said that, that is not me exercising free speech. That's indoctrination, it's lying, it's propaganda, it's the horrible, disgusting melding of the fabric of cognition and the way that we think and the way that we behave that leads to inciting violence and creating mob mentality and building this disgusting regime. That's exactly how a dictatorship works, by the way. That's how Hitler rose to power, by creating these breadcrumb ideologies that people just fell for because, he said a couple of things that might have been favorable, like everyone gets a free car, but also, we should... I'm not going to say too controversial things in this video. We should do what Hitler wanted to do. And yeah, that's the situation with Andrew Tate, is that, it's him saying, and I don't agree with this, but him saying, like, I'm the world's greatest kickboxer, or making money is all about the grind and the hustle. I don't agree with those things, but if you want to say them, then I guess that's free speech, I can't really express what I think about Andrew Tate and then say, well, you can't say that. I understand that. But him then saying that women should not step out of line, women should only exist to create more people, or women should stay in the kitchen, women aren't physically strong enough to fight other men and therefore shouldn't even try. And this is a really horrible one, that women should give up on self-defense, and if they're being raped, then that should just happen, and that they should accept that. He genuinely said all of this stuff. I'm getting a little bit choked up just saying it. Piece of shit, right? Absolute piece of shit. Him saying that's not freedom of speech, that's a rhetoric, and a very disgusting one at that, and it's one that is designed solely with the purpose of creating a gang of thugs and just despicable people, and it is not something that should be allowed. I think that's a very obvious thing, and of course, there are some people that you just can't tell, people you can't get through to, people you can't, who are just... just blindly follow him. But the most interesting part about that is that Moist Critical made a video about Andrew Tate a couple of weeks back, and this was sort of my introduction to the piece of shit. And I don't think Charlie's video was critical enough, and I don't think he analysed the situation enough. I think he laughed at him, which I don't think we should be doing. I don't think we should be pointing and laughing. I think we should be pointing, putting him behind bars and throwing away the fucking key. But he made a video where he talked about the fake university that he runs, this bullshit university. And man, to support this guy and to actually be one of these guys, because all the people supporting this guy, they're all part of his university program. To be one of those guys who leaves comments in support of this guy, not only do you have to be in favor of all of those horrible things that I said, you have to be brain dead. And I'm sorry if this is ableist in any way, but you would have to genuinely have something mentally wrong with you. And it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing to see these people, because if you watch Moist Critical's video, what you come away from it with is these people are the stupidest people on the planet. Literally the lowest intelligence people on the planet. Because what you're falling for, and I'll detail minor parts of the university, is basically you buy into this program, and every month you pay him some money, and then you get access to a few videos where he tells you how to be a real G. He calls himself, I think, the top G, but this university, he calls it a university, but it's all about you becoming a G in the opinion of Andrew Tate. So yeah, you sign up for this university, you pay him money, and if you don't pay him money, then he tells you that if you miss a single month, that's it, you're not dedicated enough, you don't care about it, and the only way to be considered a G in the eyes of Andrew Tate is to throw yourself back into it and start subscribing more and maybe pay more. So yeah, So in this situation, he even said, I remember in one of the videos, I think he said something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing because I can't entirely remember, that if you have to choose between Rent and his program, and you choose Rent, then that's you not wanting the hustle enough. That's you not wanting to grind enough, and you're never going to make the money. You're never going to make as much money as him because you're not paying him enough. It's a pyramid scheme as well. I just thought I'd mention that. In order to be a part of this university and be one of his, quote, G's, you have to be susceptible to a pyramid scheme. You got to be pretty dumb to fall for a pyramid scheme, dude. I'm sorry, but you have got to be very stupid to fall for a pyramid scheme. And these people have, and they blindly follow this guy, and they call him the top G. And I was trying to wrap my head around how I feel when I see these comments that are like, oh, you're just salty of the top G, you're just jealous of the top G, you're just trying to silence top G. The only way I can describe it is when you have like 3 bullies in a shitty film, in some shitty high school movie, and one of them's like, you got the main bully and you got the 2 henchmen, and the main bully in the middle is like, hey man, what, wickedy what, you better not see me on the school run on the way home. And then the 2 other bullies like, yeah, you better not see the boss on the way home. Those 2 bullies, like the 2 henchmen, that's how I see these people who leave these comments. Only they're despicable, disgusting, and misogynistic, and horribly bigoted. But yeah, that's the way I see these people. They're just like his little henchmen who have been completely indoctrinated and brainwashed and genuinely buy into a program where they're told if they have to choose between Rent or the program, that in order to prove themselves as a G who's willing to grind and hustle, they need to put the program first. And it's worked. And unfortunately from this, I think he's just going to get more press. Unfortunately, this is the Kanye syndrome, where it's like, just be despicable and just say and do a bunch of controversial shit, and then moan at people for complaining about you being controversial, and people will keep talking about you. And yeah, this is what's happened with this guy, which is why we need to remove the platforms from him. We need to sweep the rug from under his feet. Unfortunately, there will always be loyal, brainwashed, brain dead morons who follow him regardless of what he does. I think he's genuinely someone who could shoot up a hospital and still have supporters. But yeah, there will always be people who support this guy, but I think we need to do everything we can to minimize that, because unfortunately, and this makes me really sad, Tate is just another person in that long line of people who are pushing this agenda of the alpha male revival, and that, men should be men, and it should be all about being manly, And a lot of the comments I saw, on the tweets talking about him having, his accounts deleted, were, men just aren't allowed to be men anymore. Look, men being men is just being phased out. Oh, like, this is terrible. Man, I wish that was happening. What a glorious world that would be. What a beautiful world. Because you know what a world full of betas is like? You don't get wars. You don't get fist fights in the street. People get drunk and apologize to each other. They don't fight each other. Men aren't just walking around searching for a fight. I might be able to go out and buy groceries without having to look at people who are staring into my soul and trying to defeat me with their eyes for no apparent reason. As someone who lives in a town full of people who just assume that, oh, I'm a dude, I'm the alpha. Man, I'm the alpha here. I'm alpha. I'm the alpha of the pack of wolves. Everyone in my town is looking for a fight. They are all just testosterone-filled dicks who are just embarrassingly alpha, just fueled. And it's terrible. I hate it. I don't feel safe. I'd love for my daughter to grow up in a world where full of betas, because, hey, maybe she'll get a bit of respect, maybe she'll feel safe in the street. Maybe she won't feel as though she's going to get beaten up any second. But unfortunately, we are regressing. We were making progress towards this, and it makes me so sad that we're regressing back. But we're regressing back to all of these alpha male Joe Rogan fucking podcasts where all of these men talk about women being in their place. And I hate it. It's a horrible world that we're heading into, and Andrew Tate is a very large piece in that puzzle. I hope the guy never has the ability to speak on anything again, and I hope he gets thrown in jail and they throw away the key. And in an ideal world, they all would, and we could just continue on with the progress that we were making. But that's it. It's a very sad video, very sad and somber video, but I felt I had to talk about this because there's a lot of stuff, you know, with regards to like the free speech and everything that I've been meaning to talk about for a long time. I don't think things should be overly censored. I do think I should be allowed to speak on things, and I think I should honestly be allowed to swear in my videos because, you know, there's YouTube Kids. Whether or not your kid watches my video is it's kind of, you know, you have to be analytical of things. I wouldn't let my daughter watch a random YouTuber that I haven't vetted yet, and I don't think you should. So yeah, I don't agree that everything should be heavily censored, but I think this is an argument for policing on the internet. I do think it can have its advantages, and this is definitely one of them. Anyway, I guess I will see everyone later.